And what's going on Epitaph, which is where the Inquisitor told us to go. Or at least where our quest log is telling us to go. This is not a planet. What are you? A research station. Tomb World Epitaph added to the worlds of the Expanse. Yeah. Lord Captain, we've spotted a planetoid with an unidentified xenostructure. Something tells me this is the place we've been looking for. Augur clerics detect a field of void mines on our trajectory towards the planet. What do we see on the planetoid? Tell me more about the mines. We'll break through the mines and make a landing. Transmit the deactivation code we found in the outpost of the Lord Inquisitor's men. Cool. Or let's leave at this place. No. What do we see on the planetoid? Practically nothing. The Augur clerics say that magnetic radiation blinds the machine spirits. We see some kind of wicked pyramid, and we're picking up a few encrypted box transmissions. Tell me more about these mines. Good mines, I know from experience, encased in ceramite under a coat of camelioline. Their cognidetonators are inhabited by the most malicious and cunning machine spirits you've ever seen. Far too good for pirates, and given that they've been planted for 7 cubic kilometers, I reason that these are the gifts from the Lord Inquisitor's own stores. So he mined this whole area? Was he not wanting anyone to get close to it? Because he did tell us to go here. Alright, well, transmit the deactivation codes we found in the outpost of the Lord Inquisitor's men. What do we know about this? I don't remember it, but alright. Beginning transmission, receiving return signal. 5% mines reported a translation to sleep mode. Receiving coordinates of an area designated as main landing site. We are a safe channel of approach toward Epitaph and coordinates for landing. Are there any traces of Calcazar? Plenty. We've picked up the remaining Fox echoes of conversations, standard signals belonging to Augur observation systems, the gas thermal trails of shuttles preparing to land. You know, Lord Captain, it seems to me that this place is about to fall apart. Augurs detect a multitude of signs pointing to structural damage in the tomb located on the planetoid, and they are very fresh. It's about to fall apart. Do we land on a place that we know is falling apart? I guess. Commence preparation of the landing party. I will lead it personally. Are you certain, Lord Captain? I beg your pardon for such audacity, but this old void wolf's gut is telling him that this tomb is very likely to become ours. I have a bad feeling, as if, forgive me, your lordship, I've completely lost my senses giving out advice like that. Let's postpone the landing and put down a save. Just to be sure. So if we toss down a quick save, that could still be just the game saying, this is the point of no return. If you go here, it's the end of the game. Yep, commence preparation for the landing party. I will lead it personally. Are you certain? I am ready to face whatever lies in wait. We make the landing. Be careful, your lordship. We'll wait as long as it takes for your retrieval signal, even if every xenofleet in the world appears to swat us from orbit. We're going to the bridge now. Interesting. Not just choose your party to land. Okay, it's Nomos. Almost certainly. Every person on the bridge freezes in astonishment, watching the remarkable procession approach your throne. Officers and enforcers are glancing at you questioningly, but do not interfere until they are ordered to. Okay, that's definitely a different look than we're used to with Nomos. Weird. We are come to speak with you, Ignatius. You gave us food for consideration by revealing the mystery of our origin. From then to now, We observed, calculated, sensed, and we discovered that a great change is coming, a trial. We see a threat to which the Imperium brings, the intricate plexus of tenets, the determined advance of myriads through darkness by the will of the golden light. All the things that were strange to us, yet in whose embrace we were born and raised. All of it is in danger, at least within the bounds of the Koronus Expanse. Okay, you are the one who can stop it, and Nomos must help you. We are an unidentified thing spawned from chance, but we want to justify our existence by serving the light. Wait, what is this coming threat? Nomos cannot say. Something changed after you helped us remember our birth on Epitaph. We now sense the liberation of something vast, which is actually a mere fraction of something limitless. It is seeping through a breach, its shoulders pushing against the walls of its prison that are about to give, but what it is, we do not know. So you were born on Epitaph, as suspected, and there's something we did read about. One of the tombs that we were at, that the Necrons were holding something prisoner, I think, and I was speculating maybe they had a Catan shard. I also speculated maybe Nomos was a Catan shard, but that's a guess. But something limitless is about to breach here on Epitaph. We must say, it frightens us to think about this unknown something that is trying to break free. It is so vast, too vast to measure or explain. But however frightening or all-powerful it may be, we are ready to face it, rise against it. Even if it destroys us, it will be a sacrifice for the sake of redemption. What do you wish to do? Wait until the unknown threat appears before you, then face it. We do not know where or when it will happen. We do not know what we will face, but we know that we want to be there with you. There is something we require to do it. Nomos are tethered to the shell of this ship. We can only follow you outside by using servitors as our shell, but they are lacking. Only a modicum of us can enter such primitive vessel, and our power is likewise limited. We need a vessel, a body, but very few things can house us. That is why we have come to ask you. Magos Sclephius has offered his shell to us. It might do. So rather than just controlling a servitor, you want to control the Magos. And he is willing. That seems heretical. Indeed I have. I cannot think of a prouder end to my pilgrimage than the liturgy of synchronization with the Great Spirit. I will become a vessel for the Omnisci's favored child and step beyond the confines of wretched living existence and into the halls of the eternal machine song. You would sacrifice yourself, Asclepius? I desire it more than anything. Why are you asking him? He is guilty by word of the Imperium. Now you decide what to do with his body. Okay. We did determine at one point that he was guilty and he would serve his sentence taking care of Nomos, as I recall. So they're just using that. Yeah, I've heard you and made my decision. We await your word, master of the ship. Please, give us freedom. We will stand with you in the hour of great need. You can take his body, or you do not have my permission to claim another vessel for yourself. I'm going to trust you, Nomos. You can take Asclepius' body. Praise the Omnissiah. I kneel before his favored child and humbly offer this shell as a gift. May I become a temple to the machine and a vessel for its great spirit. How interesting. We feel restricted, but not as much as inside servitors. Some work must be done on the new shell, then it will be ready for journeys to the outside. We will leave you for now, Ignatius, but in the hour when you stand before the great trial, we will return and stand with you, side by side. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely farewell. We've got our whole crew here ready to talk. This has got to be endgame. We'll see if there's anyone else to talk to before we talk to our people. Yeah, Oob is still standing here, even though Cassia's not. Ravor, anything to say? Tall man before you appears to be woven from tendons and muscle. Blue veins snake under his white, almost dove-colored skin, and his scalp and chin are covered in cropped white hair. Yeah, okay, this is just normal. Remind me who you are. I must take my leave. So yeah, nothing unusual with that dialogue. Probably we have a similar option here with Jocasta Sourback, where it'll just be the normal dialogue. Yep, that's all for now. So yeah, no point in talking to anyone besides our crew. Oh yeah, we never actually talked to Incendia. Now I feel bad. We had her join our crew and I never even spoke to her after that. Let's talk to her first. Those who dwell upon these worlds have long been dead, but not even the dead are exempt from the God Emperor's judgment. Hey, thanks for the follow, easy peasy. So are we not getting proper conversations with people? They're just going to say a one-line statement? That's disappointing. Oh, no, just Incendia. Because she's not really a follower. She just joined right at the end. Elliot looks at you, her emerald eyes shining with quiet determination. When the path my lost soul was following crumbled beneath my feet, shattered, plunged me into doubt, you were always there, Alantok. Despite how much you hated my kind, despite what my kin were doing, it is time for me to repay you in kind. Our journey together has not been an easy one, but I'm glad that both of us are here today. Standing united against a common threat, is that not what sentient creatures do? Or just nod absently. Our journey together has not been an easy one, but I am glad that both of us are here today. We both defended what we held dear, just as life has taught us, and today my soul is at peace, for we can share the pain of the coming battle between us, so it is diminished. Will our paths diverge if we survive? Or our fate will be decided in the coming battle. Will our paths diverge if we survive? Someday they will, and Elentok, exile opened my eyes to many things, but the path of the outcast weighs heavily on my heart. I think that I see my new path clearly now. It sings to me, calling me forward. The path of the warrior, the protector of those I could not save before. All that I have learned about the world, about humans, about you, I will take this knowledge into my new life and into the lives of my kin. Our fate will be decided in the coming battle. Elliot's voice rings like naked steel. I'm ready to drive back the darkness, Alantok. Are you? Shy. The Exalted One once wove our destinies into the glittering tapestry of this world with gold and silver thread, Shireen, and today the pattern of our lives will either be completed, Jai snaps her metal fingers deliberately loudly, or the tapestry will be torn asunder. Personally, I prefer to place my hope in the first option. Are you afraid of what is to come, Jai? Cast aside your doubts, the Emperor protects. Very good answer. Whatever comes our way, we can handle it, or just shrug indifferently. Are you afraid of what's to come, Jai? The battle against the enemy, pain, oblivion. Jai smiles, shakes her head. Oh no, Shireen. My only fear is that after these tribulations, we will never be the same again, and I do so enjoy being me. After a pregnant pause, Jai continues in her usual playful manner. So, what brings you to me, Shireen? Not parting words, I hope, because I despise goodbyes. I feel as though they've robbed me of my future. You never want to hear goodbye, after all, but only ever see you again under the same stars. I just wanted to say that I'm glad of your company, especially now. Curious to see what you will do once this is over. Or get a grip, Jai. We have a hard battle ahead of us. Some of these options are just rude for the sake of being rude. I just want to say that I'm glad of your company, especially now. Our alliance is like a miraculous oasis blooming in the fierce desert heat. I'm glad to be your partner and friend and ally in the fight against the enemy. I'm curious to see what you will do once this is all over. You mean if it is ever over? And if the Aji don't play their evil tricks on us? Jai raises an eyebrow and shrugs. I don't know, Shireen. Being drunk on unbridled freedom sounds nice. It's so close. I could reach out and grab it like the tail of a comet and leave the Casablanca mission behind. Start doing things on my own without having to rely on your good favor. Limitless possibilities lie ahead. I just have to survive the coming darkness. I guess we're forced to say this anyway. It seems harsh. Get a grip, Jai. We have a hard battle ahead of us. Rest assured, Shireen, when it comes to matters of being and oblivion, Jai Hadari has the coldest mind and the bravest heart. Adira looks at you with reddened eyes. Despite the tired look on her face, she smiles broadly, either at you or at something behind you. Well, Lord Captain, my little whispers have grown quiet. It's like they know the long thread we've been following is finally at an end. It's now or never, isn't it? Thank you for everything either way, Lord Captain. How about Adira? Grant me one last prediction for the road? I'm glad you have been at my side all this time. Kind of. She's had a bunch of rough spots. What do you think awaits us after this last skirmish? Give her a hug? Or just pull yourself together, Adira. We have a tough battle ahead of us. How about Adira? Grant me one last prediction for the road. You think the little whisperers are going to play nice? Ha! They weren't that useful even before. Now, they're more likely to mess us around than save our bacon. Adira laughs ruefully. Lord Captain, your fate is in your hands alone. Do not let the words of a deranged psyker confuse you. You're not meant to listen to the grumblings beyond the veil. Well, I'm glad you've been by my side all this time. Adira sobs at your words. Thank you, Lord Captain. I can't imagine why you've shown me so much kindness after everything we have been through. You are the only reason I'm still alive. There were so many ways I could have died. There were. Like, so many times where the smart choice would have been to kill you. I know that I've been harping on all this time about Lady Theodora this, Lady Theodora that. You know, you may never become who she was, but she could never have been who you are either. And I'm glad it was you who replaced her, and that life threw me together with you, and not with somebody else. So there. Now let's change the subject before I get all sentimental, alright? What do you think awaits us after this last skirmish? Well, I have no doubts about you. Everything's going to come up roses for you. As for me, Adira catches herself. You know, maybe I won't live long, but it'll be a good life. I'll leave behind so many tales to tell. Let them remember my name over a mug of something foamy, and laugh at the stories of of our exploits. Let's give her a hug. Adira sobs fearfully, but then in the next moment, hugs you back. There, you really have lost it, haven't you? She is silent for a few seconds and mutters something before letting you go. Thanks. Alright, pull yourself together. We have a tough battle ahead of us. If it were an easy battle, who would even bother to tell tales about it? Nobody, that's who. Let's show him, Lord Captain. I'm not a priest, of course, and the spirits do not always speak clearly to me, but I did cast the runes. You have a great challenge ahead of you, Edvater. Be very careful, or better yet, take me with you. There is no better way to guard your safety. I'm glad the Emperor brought our paths together. And Savior Calcazar is waiting for me down there. Should I give him your regards? You found your pack, and our campaign is nearing its end. What are you going to do next? Yeah. I'm glad the Emperor brought our paths together. This only proves that we will not lose, Edvater. Go into the foulest hole of the universe, where only lowborn and wretched inhumans crawl. Fall into darkness, and then cry out, who here believes in the All-Father, sisters and brothers? And even there, in the world's most rotten pit, you will hear an answer. And if you reach towards the voice, you will find a worthy companion. Everyone who believes in him and follows in his footsteps is given the chance to become someone greater and more worthy. Xavier Calcazar is waiting for me down there. Should I give him your regards? I would rather talk to him myself. My angry and vengeful heart tells me that only he knows how and why the baleful Howl Pack died. It also tells me that I will not forgive myself if that puffed-up arsehole Calcazar somehow dies before I rip the answers from his leering mouth. You found your pack and our campaign is nearing its end. What are you going to do next? Wolfar shrugs. I will go wherever and ask every person I meet, do you know the face of evil? Then I will find that evil and kill it, until I find someone who kills me. If you want to seek me out, follow a bloody trail in the snow, and you shall find my cold body at the end. Do me a favor and give me a proper burial, Edvater. Fenris Hilda, Black. Fenris Hilda, Edvater. Wolfar bows his head solemnly and respectfully, an untold honor granted to a mortal who has impressed the Emperor's angel with his deeds. Hey, Abelard. Abelard looks at you with a tired smile. He cannot resist giving you his characteristic appraising glance. Well, Lord Captain, my service to you began under the most remarkable circumstances. I should hardly be surprised that you have delivered us into circumstances more unexpected and surprising than ever before. Of one thing I'm certain, the Von Valancius dynasty will cover itself in glory today. Abelard, no matter what happens, you were always at my side. You really were. I think I've only had him out of my crew a couple of times. He's a pretty good character. Essential's place is at the rogue trader's side. As you have learned, others can betray and abandon you in your darkest hour. If the Lord Captain cannot count on the Seneschal, there's no one else he can count on. That is not a fate that I wished for you, so I am doing my duty. You have a highly organized mind, so you must have already considered what you are going to do once this campaign of ours comes to an end. Somewhat embarrassed, Abelard tucks his thumbs into his belt. Now that I have your blessing, it is about time I took care of my family. The Wissarian clan has gone without its patriarch for too long. I should make time for my descendants before some noble upstart tries to chew them up again. Are you ready to follow me all the way? As always, Lord Captain, I would follow you into the fire and back. God Emperor be my witness, I have had the honor of serving under 2 rogue traders and survived one, so there would be no shame in going down alongside the other, if it comes to that naturally. Abelard's chuckle sounds slightly sharper than usual. Get ready, Abelard, we have quite an ordeal ahead of us. We have been through worse. Guild Seneschal grins cheekily, and for a split second looks younger by a good 100 years. He then bows his grey head. I serve House Von Valancius, Lord Captain. We'll hold off on talking to the Vox Master, because that feels she's out of place, and so I'm guessing talking to her is going to move things forward. Ignatius, the faint smile on Cassia's face makes you momentarily forget about the impending battle. We've traveled a long road together. Let us finish it together as well. Bow, I am honored to have you among my companions, Lady Cassia. Cassia smiles demurely and curtsies in response. I am honored to be your companion, Ignatius Von Valancius. This is probably not the future you dreamt of, but if all this ends in victory for us, what do you intend to do next? I've been running for too long, Ignatius, hiding behind others while my home, my family, were being torn apart by hatred and strife. And what could a young, inexperienced girl do to those who were so desperate to either destroy me or bend me to their will? Cassia smiles bitterly. The throne of the Novator of House Orsilio will no longer sit empty, but my only regret is that I shall have to leave your ship and the darkness between the stars that I have come to love so much. I hope you will visit me, Ignatius. Steel yourself, Lady Cassia. The hour of battle is at hand. My heart is fluttering, Lord Captain, but not because of fear or doubt. I am ready to face what is coming. I am surprised that these lines are not voiced. Like, they tend to voice the more important lines, and this is like the last farewell. So the fact they're not voicing them strikes me as odd. Argenta greets you with a clear and burning gaze. I pray, Rogue Trader, I pray that the hearts of your comrades remain strong, that our courage holds, and that our weapons prevail. I pray that the light of terror does not turn away from us, even for a moment, that the fire within us only burns brighter as the foes before us grow fiercer. And I pray for you. Terror's light is what guides us through the darkness, but you are the force that keeps us from straying from the path. Make the sign of the Aquila, together till the end, sister, in his name and for Terra's light. In his name and for Terra's light, echoes the voice of the Sister of Battle. Have you had time to think about the future? What will you do should we prevail in this pivotal battle? I will carry on in my service to the Emperor, as I always have, but no longer as a fledgling Sister of Battle, but as a keeper of a relic that has been bestowed upon me by his will. I want to bring light to all the faithful in the Koronus Expanse, as Sister Argenta did in her lifetime, and I know I am ready for this mission. We are almost out of time. Prepare yourself, Argenta. I am prepared, now and always. Alright, Heinrichs. Heinrichs von Kallax nods to you. Our journey together approaches its end. One last push, and the secrets of the Expanse and Calcazar will be laid to rest. I can't wait. I'm tired of the shroud of secrecy that has hidden the truth even from me. You will meet your mentor down there again. When all this is over, what will you do? Yeah, you will meet your mentor again down there. And I have questions for him. I want to know why I was left in the dark about everything that was happening in the shadows of the Expanse. Why all the acolytes died on the way here. Well, almost all of the Lord Inquisitor's acolytes. Why? Heinrichs exhales sharply and stiffens. I want to hear what he has to say, and then make my judgment. When all of this is over, what will you do? Heinrichs presses his lips together and shakes his head. I feel uneasy even thinking about it. But if Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar falls today, Heinrich locks eyes with you. Someone has to take the rosette of the Ordo Xenos, at the very least, until the Inquisition Enclave determines who will be a worthy successor to Xavier. Yeah. If Calcazar has become too heretical that he has to be killed, Heinrich wouldn't be a bad Inquisitor. Epitaph awaits. Steel your heart. The interrogator dips his head. Lead on, rogue trader Ignatius von Valentius. Solomon is still deep in thought, looking more like a statue than a living person. Only when Galedo lets out a low growl, drawing Solomon's attention, does he break his stillness and raise his eyes. Come with some parting words, rogue trader. Now is the time. There may not be another opportunity. Well, I'm glad our paths crossed. Solomon presses his fist to his chest, looking you straight in the eye. The rote gesture looks unexpectedly heartfelt. It has been an honor to serve in your retinue, and it does not matter what lies ahead. Isn't that right, Galedo? Without a direct command, the cybermastiff barks his assent. What are you going to do if we survive? I will follow your orders to find a new marshal, of course, and after that, I will leave you. For how long, only the Emperor knows. Every arbitrator counts now, and I'm needed on Dargonus. Hey, Galedo, I'll keep an eye on your arbitrator if you die, I promise. Ha! Suddenly, Solomon throws back his head and emits a sound whose very existence has long been doubted. The proctor laughs. His laugh, unusually sincere and gleeful, rolls across the bridge. Will you now? As if I'd let Galedo die while I still live. Are you ready, Solomon? You know I am. Solomon places his hand firmly on his weapon, and Galedo stands at attention, echoing his master's determination. The tech priest is checking his gear, whispering prayers to the Omnissiah. He looks up at you and speaks matter-of-factly. The tactical equipment audit is 97% complete. No critical failures detected. The Omnissiah shows favor. You don't seem too worried about the coming landing. The Vox makes a rustling noise that sounds like a chuckle. A mission of reconnaissance is a blessed and desirable one for an explorator. The data soul of the one who explores, analyzes, and charts overflows with the joy of servitude. Pascal lowers his eyes. I would be honored to disembark with you. You took good care of the ship and equipment. The dynasty will not forget it. Where the iron flowers of the Omnissiah bloom, there must also be his passionate gardeners. Thank you for honoring this unit by letting it serve the formidable spirit of the Von Valentius dynasty flagship and your lordship. When the campaign comes to an end, will you stay on duty or return to your fellow tech priests? It has been a joy to serve such a distinguished person, but duty calls the Amanet Collective to a different mission. The message of change must be proclaimed. The believers must be separated from the doubters. Pascal, no, Amanet looks at you curiously. The experience of our comradeship has taught this unit much. The trials and battles we have gone through have produced trust, sincerity, mutual understanding. Amanet will lead his flock through the flames and forge the sect into a religion. May we have good fortune. There is no such thing as good fortune. May the statistical probability be predictably positive. Anyone else? Oh yeah, Cabela is hiding back here. Hi there. Cabela stands motionless, deep in trance, but returns to reality the moment you approach. Your every breath and heartbeat has been in anticipation of this moment, Dom Ignatius. Do not hesitate. Step into the darkness and allow your shield and shadow to walk with you. My love for you will give me strength. Cabela lowers her gaze and stays quiet for a while. Her eyes are full of tenderness and deep, sincere love. I will forever be your shadow until the Undying One bestows upon me the greatest reward for my service. Have you thought about what happens afterward if we survive? Now and forever, each of us must follow our own thread, and so it shall be until the day we find ourselves in his embrace. Her lips curve into a smile. But what's between us? It has made a web that joins you and me, and along that web our love will travel, and I will stay strong. I will hold, but it is what the tenants demand. Because it is what the tenants demand, and because I do no less for you. Now would be a good time to receive an inkling about our future. Have you consulted the tarot? There is no need for a reading. The cards will ask if we are prepared to face the challenge with dignity, and that will be the answer to our own question. Whatever awaits us, it is time we set forth. Every thread ends in death, but only the Undying One knows the time and place. I guess we can talk to the high factotum just in case. contact the Curiosity Merchant, we are cut off from Dargonus. So I would be shocked if this works. Like any of this. The whole point was that we went through a portal to get here that we can't leave. And we have no other means of getting back to the rest of the Koronus Expanse. So if he actually has means of getting new retinue or new weapons or new equipment or anything like that, it makes zero sense. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Can you contact the Curiosity Merchant? It makes no sense. Like, I get it from a game standpoint. But, yeah. Let's turn our thoughts to the God Emperor with a prayer. Behind the glass of the altar lies the banner of Saint Cognatius, a relic left... I think we've actually read this before. Relic left behind by one of the Imperium's greatest and most mysterious missionaries who converted more than one world to righteous faith. We could possibly also go back to the actual shrine, because we pray at that. No, we can't. We can go to our quarters or the Astropathic Chapel, and that's it. We can't go to the shrine, because when we pray at the shrine, we get a bonus in our next mission. Huh. Alright, well, before we head out, let's go to the Voxmaster. Your Lordship, the shuttle is ready for landing. We have the exact coordinates for the landing, for a secure landing site. Will you authorize the start of the expedition? Permission to take off. We are heading to Epitaph. Acknowledged. Glory to the Von Valencius dynasty. Be safe, Lord Captain. So who do we take with us? If we look at our journal. Oh, we can't even look at it. And I can't back out at this point. So, Ulfar wants to be down there to interrogate the Inquisitor. But I don't think I'm going to. Part of me wants to bring Cabela, because she's our love interest. But she's not very capable, and I'd have to level her up. I think I'm just going to go with my usual crew. There might be a scene for having your love interest with you, but it's doubtful. We'll just go with the usual crew, and I want Heinrichs there because we're directly talking to the Inquisitor. Or at least we should be. Down to Epitaph, which is clearly a Necron fortress. So the fact that Nomos is with us and he was made here on Epitaph means he's some sort of Necron creation. And we've convinced him to follow the Emperor. But yeah. Wow, there are just a bunch of not dead Necrons, but just like frozen Necrons. You can't head back this way at all. This Necron that we saw there is still standing and actually can be highlighted, so I'm wondering if that's going to end up as a fight. And we can't go back to our ship. Huh. Is that Calcazar's ship? Alright, Necron Warrior. What's your deal? The Xenos is not showing any sign of aggression, simply staring ahead. There is an odd, disoriented quality to its movements. Nothing to loot out here or interact with. Just a bunch of Necrons in various states of either collapsed or I guess just stunned. Alright, Pascal, try and open that for me.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Necron Tech Hotshot Lasgun. Probably not. Last Ditch Armor. It's a medium armor. 70%. Once the wearer's wounds are reduced to 0 for the first time in combat, they immediately regain plus 18 wounds remaining in combat and gain 100 momentum. Not bad. And then some Tesla grenades. Right, we did get some equipment that I didn't actually look at equipping on anyone. Pascal can use a bolter, technically. But probably not. We had some heavy armor we gained, which you could use. But you got power armor. Yeah, I don't think that helps in any way. Do you use heavy armor? I guess you do. You're currently using light armor, but you're... Oh, you can't use heavy. You could use medium? Maybe? Maybe not. No, you can use medium, right. It would tank your dodge. You don't have a particularly high agility. I don't think the abilities on that particularly help you. So I'll give you that medium armor. Less dodge, more armor is probably good. I don't know why I have a pistol in your hand. I should give you a shield. You're not really trained with shields. But still, it's probably more useful than having you carry a pistol. I'm never going to have you fire. Any other gear that I want to swap out on people? Not really. Weapon-wise, I don't think I got anything particularly useful lately. Yeah, we have the hollow field emitter. No, I think I'm pretty happy with how we've got everyone equipped.
Victory awaits!
Oh. What do we have going on here? Just noticed someone has placed inquisitorial banners on top of the Necron pillars. A fun touch. Out of the corner of your eye, inside the glowing green orb mounted on the contraption, you can see the reflections of people who are not here. They are looking at you curiously and fearfully. So we go down either right or left. See Necrons there. Are you guys actively hostile? Hard to tell. Let's check down here to the left because it looks like that's a dead end. And it is. And I guess we go to the right. At some point we're going to come across Necrons that are still fighting.
To the stars.
A broken metallic finger sticks out from between the sarcophagus doors that are slightly ajar. It wriggles weakly.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
We have two pistols, Rack and Ruin. Terrible range. Super terrible range. Oh, they're shotguns. I guess that makes sense. So not pistols. Just one-handed shotguns. Wielder can make a free attack with this weapon if they shot from Ruin on the same turn. Okay. So... two identical shotgun pistols that allow you to fire both in a single turn. Astral Currents. In the first round of combat, the wearer gains the following benefits. Plus 20 movement, and the wearer's movement cost is not affected by threatened areas. The wearer's movement does not trigger attacks of opportunity. That's really good. I could jokingly put that on Pascal so he can literally run all the way across the battlefield. What do I have? Each time the wearer uses a major psychic power, all enemies in their line of sight lose 30% of their deflection until the start of the wearer's next turn. No, that's pretty good. Who else could benefit from crazy movement? Abelard could for charging options, because I think he's got an ability that moves him, or when he charges, it does extra damage based on how far he's moved that turn. Whenever you parry, immediately strike back against the attacker with a kick. Versus you, the wearer of these boots gains plus 18% parry and rerolls failed dodge tests. I'll give you that.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, we've got a dead soldier there. Some more Necron stuff there. Up here is where it looks like there's things we can interact with. So I'm tempted to go here first. Oh, hi there, you. Elegy of Sorrow. The drawn-out metallic groan form a painful and melancholy melody. But the one that oozes the venomous spite, I exist again, and I behold discord, an abominable sight. Great conquerors brought low by a fleeting pestilence, corrosion everywhere. The hollow insides are ablaze. The grating roar is more like the sound of a metal torture instrument than a sentient being's speech. You deciphered the language of the ancient Xenos race, right? Okay. So otherwise we wouldn't be able to hear exactly what he's saying. The runts of the universe shall be eliminated. I rout them, and I pulverize them in bloody dust. I rid myself of them and of my sorrow. The cursed one will regret ever existing. The Xeno starts to shake. From the armored plates of its head down to the tail flaps of its grav pad, the tremor causes the rock below it to crack and sink in. You are an ancient nightmare from a long-forgotten past. Juliet's breathing becomes unsteady as she stares wide-eyed at the being opposite you. I've encountered others like you, Ogier, once before, and I will do to you as I did to them, send you to the depths of your tomb. The Xenos lets out a metallic clink, a semblance of laughter, an ancient weapon that was broken in battles forgotten, worthless. Now let's examine the creature. The Xenos' entire skeletal body is made of an unknown metal, interlaced with greenish energy channels aglow with currents. Below its waist, the flares of a grav pad are humming and rattling. Its upper limbs fuse into a formidable heavy cannon. Not a single part of the monster's body betrays vulnerability. Without a doubt, this is a technologically superb machine designed to annihilate all life. Disabling it will not be easy. State your name, Xenos. The Vox translator spits out several metallic sounds, and a new flash of anger makes the Necron's bulky body rumble. Desecration of intelligence speech. I will sooner see it obliterated. Alright, what is going on here? The Necron's screeching distantly resembles laughter, or perhaps sobs. Rust does not have the privilege of witnessing noble metal perish. The destroyer shall be destroyed. The accursed one is sowing disease. The great and mighty do battle. The petty and worthless shall fall. I destroyed nothing. I will take no blame for any of this. It's true. Probably talking about Xavier Calcazar being the destroyer. I wonder if Calcazar has already unleashed his device that warps and changes metal. If that's what he's talking about. The accursed one is sowing disease. The great mighty do battle. Maybe. I destroyed nothing. I will take no blame for any of this. Rust is rust. It devours one day, it disappears the next. I shall unmanifest it. Annihilation.
Smite the Xenos!
Okay, and we are getting straight into battle here. So just trying to see where all the enemies are. So we've got a few up here. You guys are Blighted Necron Warriors. What is Blighted Necron Warriors? How are you different than normal Necron Warriors? Corrosive Tech Blight. This creature may suffer a negative effect at the start of each turn due to the Tech Blight. The chances of the outcomes are as follows. 20% to be immobilized for a round, 20% to become staggered, 20% chance to suffer damage equal 20% of its wounds, 10% chance to suffer necrodermis instability for 1 round, and a 5% chance to be stunned for 1 round. That is not going to add up to 100, which is probably fine. Nothing says it has to be one of those. So, Blighted Necron Warriors seem like they're just going to fall apart in the next round or two. Blighted Immortals, Blighted Necron Warrior, Elegy of Sorrow. We'll check you out in a moment. So, these are all the things we've fought before, just blighted so they have that penalty. You, Elegy of Sorrow, what's your deal? Security Breach. That's the thing that claims you take more damage from the back. And it does look like your shield is open on the back. But maybe it only counts with melee attacks. Someone suggested that last time. Certainly didn't seem to take it or help at all with psyker attacks or ballistic attacks. All attacks against enemies in a 2-cell radius gain a 100% critical hit chance. All affected enemies have become priority targets. Immunity of Deathless, Reanimation Protocol, Living Metal. Efficient Disintegration. All attacks of the creature deal more damage in a 3-cell radius. But you do also have the Tech Blight. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to try and get a nice lineup attack on a couple of them with Meltas. I'll throw Cassia there. We'll put ourself. I was going to say in cover here, but that looks like it's not going to happen. I could go here and potentially still hit 2 of them. Or step out and hit others. We'll see. Irliet. Any good cover for you? Yeah, you can go into heavy cover there. And we'll send Abelard into that cover. Heinrich can be in heavy cover there. Pascal. Heavy cover there. For what little that's worth. I think that's everyone in cover. Cassius first, of course. Wow, we are all pretty low on initiative. And the Elegy of Sorrow goes next. Alright. Well, as usual, we'll start off the fight the right way.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Lighting ourselves on fire. Orchestrate flames.
Suits my purposes. All too easy.
Run and gun. Yeah. I still haven't figured out how you're supposed to fight these guys. But I suppose I'll start working on the Blighted Immortal.
Not a problem for me.
Insignificant.
And I think I'll end my free turn there. Now, Cassia. You can hit a couple of them. By that I mean you can literally only hit these 2. But still, it's not bad.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
If we're lucky, that'll have stunned him. It did light him on fire, which is always great. He is staggered for a round. Not stunned, unfortunately. Need to make sure I'm not actually hitting Abelard or Pascal.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay, you didn't quite die.
If I may.
Not sure that was the right call. And it didn't get us up to that level which I wanted. Let's go front line. Actually, if I can get Pascal in the back, which hopefully is like all of these squares. I'm gonna go there. We'll have the rear go to Irliat.
I am a navigator,
And then
not a
backline
servitor.
for dodge bonuses.
Isn't
here.
this a job for the serfs?
What does this do since I can use it? For 1 round, allies in the area gain 11% armor, cannot be overpenetrated, immune to prone effect, +4 deflection, and do not suffer injuries from receiving damage. Not bad, since it's free. Do we put it here? It's a defensive thing, so part of me is thinking we use it on this area where we've got a bunch of us standing.
I'm not
Inquisitor's
accustomed to
Tenant,
being ordered
so that you
around.
can then give your bonus to Ignatius.
I'll paint your death in colors.
Yeah, don't want to hit Pascal. Where I stand, I can't hit the 2 of them. I was hoping he would step out around and then it would be a straight shot. But that's not what's happening. Also doing super terrible damage. First of all, we'll ignite you.
Nothing of value has been lost.
That's a fine choice. We'll give ourselves a free attack.
Fear incarnate.
I'll step forward. Then I can attack here. Did we find a way to crack through your armor last time? I feel like we did. Eventually we were able to do real damage. But I think it sort of just happened and it wasn't clear why. But I know my knight does a little bit of burning to his armor. I don't think melted does. But still, I might as well use it.
Nothing I can't do.
When I can line things up to hit multiple enemies, I might as well. I was hoping that that would be closer to killing you. Then you merely drop. I mean, I could always run behind just to see if I get more damage. But it feels like it's not going to work. Because I can give myself tons of movement with dash and reckless rush. So I'm inclined to run here so I can melt to the 2 of them. And then that'll also put me behind him, just to see what happens. Do I go for it? Yeah, let's go for it. So I can now move to here, which allows me to shoot both of you.
My tactics are flawless.
You sadly didn't break. We'll just hit you with an ignite so that you break, and then I can melt to the 2 of you.
You didn't stand a
There
chance.
you go. I do have run and gun available. Again. I guess from here. Okay, we are doing real damage from here. No, no, no. Let's ignore these guys. If I can get myself to be actually hurting you. Wildfire's free at this point. Yeah, that's real damage. Okay. I want to make sure I'm not accidentally hitting Pascal or the barrels he's hiding behind. There we go. So then we can do a run and gun. You are on fire significantly. Let's do inflame.
Suits my purposes.
Good. Then another melta should kill you. That's the theory.
Already done.
No, you were left alive at 500 health. Darn. Do I have any means of getting another free attack? I definitely should have checked that earlier. Well, we'll orchestrate flames on you so you stay burning. I don't want that to go out. Removes a bunch of things, gains... Character has no negative effects on to remove. They gain +1 action point and +4 movement. It'll cost me 32 wounds, but it seems like burning's not in the list. Blinded, immobilized, prone, slowed, staggered, stunned. But then it says that they have no negative effects to remove. They gain +1 action point. I definitely don't want it to remove burning from me. But because it's not one of those, I think this will give me another action point. If I'm lucky. And it did. Perfect. Oh, that's still not quite a kill.
Nothing I can't do.
It's so close, though. And the 32 wounds are definitely worth it. 200 health left that we've got to get someone to take out. And he is safe to kill from this side. Or easy to kill from this side. And I can still move to try and get into some sort of cover. So we'll just rush back over here now.
I shall
Since I have infinite movement. Oh, do not run adjacent to him. What are you doing, man? Apparently it's fine. I guess he is staggered. You are taking way more than that 213 health in fire and bleeding damage at the start of your turn, which should be basically right now. Are you going to die just immediately when Cassia ends her turn? No.
High momentum.
Okay. The back of him is now here, which means if I moved Earliat forward... Can I tell from here? Yeah, so it claims that you're not doing more damage. But I'm wondering if that's not true, because that's what I was checking before. But I think this might be another one of those circumstances where it doesn't properly calculate damage until you actually commit to standing there.
Swift and silent.
If you tried to shoot him now... Yeah, see, now you're doing... Why do you have 900 health suddenly? You probably... Oh, you have your reanimation or healing... Living metal, that's the one. Man, the fact that we didn't manage to take you out... That sucks. Alright, hunt down the prey.
Xenos pet monkey.
Perfect spot.
I
Pull the
understand
bold
your intent.
and piercing shot. Then we'll go for deadly shot. We don't actually need the additional range, but it increases the crit chance because we are way over our 95% chance to hit. So go for it.
Fortune favors the swift.
Good solid hit. Claim the bounty now.
If I must.
Could use in my sights, but I hope he doesn't survive another turn. Could also use Wild Hunt. Attack always hits. Until the end of combat, the target of this attack suffers a penalty to armor, block, dodge, and parry. Maybe. This should, I think, do 3 attacks directly on him. That are all crits.
My heart sings with the thrill of battle!
1. No, is it really just a single shot? Well, that's disappointing. Could mark you as being trailed. Probably better than in my sights. Just so everyone gets some bonuses. Yeah, then a bunch of them are going to get turns. And miss, which is great. Nearly got you taken down. Whoa. What happened to you? Alright, Abelard's got a turn. And he can easily get behind you. Into the combat zone as well. So, anything I want to use first? Suppose. Reckless strike. Let's mark you as a sworn enemy.
Victory is imminent.
Don't need force distraction. Not really needing any of the defensive stuff at the moment. Let's get a charge. Here. Okay.
My ears are ringing.
Well, that defensive stuff didn't work out for you. Technically, you can move here now. Possibly you're going to take an attack of opportunity if I try, given that you're walking all the way around. It's not showing that you can go here, and I don't know if that's going to necessarily count as being behind him, but I hope so. Let's give you an endure to give you more temporary health. And then send you here.
Follow my lead.
No attack of opportunity. Then why didn't you just walk next to him? No, this is not counting as behind, clearly.
It will be done. An exemplary strike.
Alright. Defensive stance? Or bulwark, or wall of rock creep. You don't need the temporary wounds. We'll go with defensive stance and bulwark.
Indeed.
The fact that he can only be really damaged from behind, but he's got his back to a crate, not cool. Alright, it is my turn. And yeah, I think if I just step out here, I can melt through. Or not. If I step forward a bit. There you go. Can I guess... No, I have no way of getting behind you, unfortunately. So yeah, I've just got to beat you down. How much health do you have at this point? You've got 127. I'm doing 30.
Forge ahead!
It's not feeling amazing. Okay, so you're actually dead now. And yeah, there's no way for me to get behind you, which sucks. I could do Inflame again. You are on fire. It's gonna hit you for all that damage. Yeah, give me another inflame. Let's see what happens. There you go. Okay, that's what I was wanting to see. Alright, Elegy of Shadows is down. Then what? We've got you two up here. And then a whole bunch of you over there. I can't get up onto that ledge, sadly. I could get to here, which would allow me to see you for an attack. Yeah, I think that's the best I'm going to be able to pull off. So let's melt a you from up here. Okay.
Nothing I can't do.
Wildfire, just so I can do another attack. I could also dash, maybe get a better angle on something. Probably not.
Already
Well,
done.
dash there anyway. And I can just ignite you.
Not a problem for nothing of value has been lost.
Okay. I think that's that. Good dodge, Pascal. Good dodge, Abelard.
Yet iron knows no pain.
Alright, you can't actually get anywhere, unfortunately. Actually, it's looking like it thinks you can get here. Your movement is absurd, Pascal. Can you actually make it to this guy? You can. Well, alright then. Yeah, over here. With your crazy movement speed. Alright. Oh, you have no health. So this is just gonna kill you. Alright. Without me having to do anything fancy. But I don't get a second attack, sadly. Machine Spirit Banishment does look like that will work.
My vow is to serve.
Perfect. So even though you're a Necron, Machine Spirit Banishment does work. Sadly, that's the end of your turn, with all of your actions still available. Heinrichs, what can you do? Oh, right, you have infinite movement as well. Technically not enough to get there, though. Could have you charge him, though. These guys with 81 health, it just feels so pointless to send any of my better characters. I don't know that Heinrichs is one of my better characters. It's fine. Heinrichs, go here. And then... Actually, before you move, let's go with Iron Arm and Warp Speed.
For the throne's glory.
Since apparently I don't need to care about Veil Degradation because I've not been caring about it. It's not to say I don't need to.
Let's see to it.
You summoned a demon. Good job. Well done, you. Excellent.
But of course.
Well, just kill her. Okay. That's that. Now, you should still be able to... Oh, you can't move because you attacked. Ugh. Warriors are so troublesome. Alright, then just charge.
I won't object to it.
Do you already have temporary hit points? You do, so Endure's not going to actually help you really at all. Toss down a Word of the Emperor onto you and Cassia. Why not?
For the throne's glory.
Yep, whatever. You're fine. Can you give Ignatius another turn? Where is he hiding? Up here. You can. Well, that's always the right choice when available. I doubt I can get him to a position where he can see you. No. But he could hit pretty much any of the others for guaranteed kills. Who are you? Okay, you're gonna go next, followed by... Who are you? Blighted Deathmark? I'm not seeing anyone highlighting. I don't know. You're next to go, so I'll just kill you.
Suits my purposes.
Right, I was meaning to hit you twice, and I accidentally misclicked on that guy. It's fine.
Posing me was your biggest
You're down.
mistake.
You're on fire, so I could actually just take you out with this, probably. That being the case, let's do a wildfire so that I can... Actually, could I use
Nothing
this
I can't do.
and run and gun to get another free attack? No, sadly. Okay. Let's light you on fire as well.
Suits my purposes.
And then... Oh, when flame costs 1, mistakes were made. Oh well. Can you do anything? Short answer is very much yes.
Emperor, give me strength. Try to die with grace, at
That's
least.
you down.
If I may,
And you.
don't frighten me.
I was not even aware that you were up there. Okay. Well, Ignatius can take you out on his turn, whenever that finally arrives. As it is, can you give Earliet bonuses? No, you can't see her. Can't see anyone, it seems. Mend reality, please.
Isn't this
Try
a
and
job
get
for
that
the
down a bit.
Psykers?
Perfect. Very good. Alright. Earliet's turn. Can you see either of them? Yes and no. If I moved you somewhere else, could you get to a position where you can see that one on the ledge? Yes. This is going to shoot through and have potential to hit him. Even better. Although you're the one I really need to focus on. Anyway, go here, please.
Just designate a target.
Then we'll do the usual perfect spot. It's not really. You're technically in cover, but from their angle, not really. I'll mark you as prey,
Monkey.
but I'm not going to actually aim at you.
If it serves your cause.
I'm going to try and hit you by shooting through him.
I understand your intent. Ancestors guide me.
I was not lucky.
If it serves your cause.
It's a shame. Alright. Then just shoot him if he somehow lives to your turn. Good dodge on me. Abelard, I don't think there's much you can do. If I'm being perfectly honest.
A tactically sound approach.
He's up on a ledge. It's fine. Iliad's turn again? Okay. Not really sure what happened there, but I'm not going to complain.
You cannot force me.
We only have one action left. But I do have another full shot ready to
If
go.
it serves your cause.
Reassemblement
Hidden from my sight.
Weird. It is now my turn, and I will be able to see you and attack you. Yes. Let's just go with Melta.
Never
Melta is
waver
always
in
the right
face of
answer.
adversity. Nothing I can't do. Nothing of value has been lost.
Okay. Combat's over. Not bad. Can we loot you? Doesn't
It's
look like it
about time.
actually. There is some goods here. Before we interact with the machinery, let's look at everything. The tiny notebook is adorned with the coat of arms of House von Valencius. The pages made from real paper carry a pleasant scent of perfume and are covered in ruler straight lines of text. Their meaning is locked behind an intricate cipher, but you do not need to know the contents of it to identify the author. You know this perfect calligraphic handwriting all too well. So Theodora wrote something. Let's see if I can see whatever this is down here. The few warriors who have risen walk without noticing how their ranks are thinned. This procession is a far cry from the March of Annihilation it was meant to be. Well, that's good for us.
A new challenge for me?
The surface of the stele is roiling with revolting bubbles, as if it is trying to disgorge itself into some new form. Panakia. Ragged breath punctures the oppressive silence of the room. Someone is still alive. Isn't that the name of Heinrich's friend that he was looking for? That we heard was killed by the Inquisitor? I'm gonna toss down a save. I might be misremembering that, but I don't think I am. The maimed creature at your feet is still alive, as evidenced by its heavy breathing. It was a woman once, sporting close-cropped hair and equipped for battle, but now her skin is shredded by the metal sticking out of her body in a dozen places. Let's examine the woman. Her body does not appear to have any external injuries. It has been maimed from the inside out, as if her flesh was transmuted into metallic shapes that burst out of her skin and turned her internal organs into a bloody sieve. Some of her exposed bones have a metallic gleam to them, while others still look natural. So she had some amount of augmetics, but came in contact with Calcazar's new weapon that is mutating all metal. Hey, can you hear me? With a heavy jerk, the woman raises her head, emerging from oblivion, and focuses her gaze on you. Even in such a wretched state, her eyes still gleam with self-confidence, zest, and subtle shrewdness. You, who are... that coat of arms rings a bell. Von Valencius. I'm not surprised to see you, as you may think. Who are you? The woman tries to salute you, but the metal cutting through her tendons has cost her control of her fingers. Janakia Calbergaria, Inquisition acolyte, and by the grace of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar, the warden of Epitaph 1, covert facility, or what's left of it. What happened to you? I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Oh, you mean the metal things in my body? I've no idea. Looks like something has gone terribly wrong in the crypt. Her voice becomes more serious and dry. The Auspex has detected some unknown radiation, and everything went crazy. The Xenos didn't like sleeping in their coffins anymore, so they started trashing the place. And the pylon I was standing next to suddenly grew a dozen tentacles, and one of them grazed me. I blacked out, and when I came to, I looked like I'd given birth to a shuttle. So, he activated the device. It started making all metal things go crazy. It didn't necessarily hit her at first, but one of the crazy metals nearby grazed her, and then I guess all of her augmetics went crazy as well. I'm looking for Calcazar. Where is he? At the facility, in the crypt, making preparations for the emergency launch of the operation's final stage. At least I hope so, or else he's already dead. Now that I think about it, there are enough reasons to assume the latter. What facility? What operation? I guess you're still young if you don't know that that in this world, whenever the big boys and girls say the word facility, that almost always means a colossal secret weapon capable of destroying worlds, and that's all you're going to get. It would be very disrespectful for me to spill a secret that so many have given their lives to protect. I see. Have I sated your curiosity? Then I'd like my favor returned. There's a pack of low in my breast pocket. Give me one, and you can keep the rest. I'm feeling very generous today. I'll give her what she wants. I'm hoping that doesn't end the conversation. But yeah, we'll take out the pack of low and give for the woman. Good. You're old enough to know what these are for, aren't you? Stick one end of the tube between my teeth and light up the other. Just make sure you do it the right way around. Persuasion 95%. Let's be straight with each other. You have nothing to hide now that you're dying. What is going on in this place? Tanakia gives you a long, piercing look, then speaks, sadness audible in her voice. Straight, huh? Let's give it a try. I've taken a shine to you for some reason. One day, Xavier decided to immortalize himself in history in a rather extravagant way. All for the Imperium's sake, of course. But then things didn't go as expected, even though we expected that they wouldn't. And now you'd better get far away from here, because whatever happens next, I doubt you're going to like it. Or you can go down there, if you have the guts. Maybe you'll immortalize yourself too. That's what I would do, but I'm insane. So I'm not the best example to follow. A weak smile dances on the woman's lips. So about that low stick. We'll give the dying woman her low. Enjoy. Or bring the low to the woman's lips. You were saying something about an operation. Or just drop it on the ground. How clumsy of me. We'll bring it to her lips. You were saying something about an operation? You're a funny one. The Inquisition's secrets for a tube of low. That would be something, wouldn't it? No deal. Alright, then enjoy. People say it's bad for your health. I'd better be careful. I suspect that doesn't matter at this point. Why does my coat of arms look familiar to you? Oh, I should know. It was on the uniform my agents wore. The ones I sent when Calcazar took an interest in her ladyship Theodore's retinue. They didn't wear them for long, though. When I presented Theodora with Calcazar's ultimatum, she purged a retinue of our operatives. I'm fairly certain Theodora would have preferred to have my head as well, but the Lord Inquisitor recalled me here to guard his treasure cave, just in case Theodora decided to return for what she thought was hers, or the Drukhari started causing trouble. How did your people infiltrate Theodora's retinue? A feint, a deception, a game of double and triple crosses. When they told her they intended to take revenge on Calcazar, she believed them. She was just too eager to get back at the Lord Inquisitor for taking her clever Archimagos advisor, Amarnat. Do you know Kunrad Votvir? Not sure if he's still alive, but back then he was Theodore's Master of Whispers. In theory, he should have been the one to out my operatives as spies, but instead, he thought that they were his chance to pull off a brilliant plot and prove to his mummy how great an heir he would become. It's true what they say about blondes. Every other one is as thick as mince. What was the ultimatum you gave Theodora? Merely a message saying that her dirty secret was now our dirty secret. She was the first to visit Epitaph, and she found something here. Something too good even for someone of her exalted status. Rogue traders are not allowed to have such toys, and I relayed the most exact coordinates down to the last digit after the decimal point to the Lord Inquisitor. Drukhari have come to this world? Why? Ah, the Xenofreaks, my favorite partners. They have had a crucial role to play in the operation that you mustn't know anything about. Their visits to Epitaph have left me with so many unforgettable moments. We were ordered not to fire on them first, but to split them into atoms if their skinny arses deviated so much as a single decree from the approved flight paths. I swear, it was as if those fools were trying to get shot, as with their half-witted provocations. They even have a nickname for me. The Almost Witch. A compliment, I guess. Alright. I'm Ignatius von Valencius, Theodora's heir. You'll have to excuse me for not looking surprised. My facial nerves seem to be partially paralyzed, but I gathered as much. I'd hardly mistake you for our spectacular void she-wolf, after all. And if she were alive, she definitely would have come here in person. So you're the heir? Well, at least it's not Kunrad. Why does no one from Theodora's retinue remember her visiting this system? I can give you two versions of the truth. The sugar-coated one and the honest one. The sugar-coated version is that once Theodora realized just what she had in her hands, she deemed it a matter of utmost secrecy and mind-locked the memories of all members of her crew. The honest version is that she mind-locked the important people and disposed of the rest. Theodora depressurized compartments by entire blocks, casting any unwanted witnesses out into the void. She needed to free up space in her holds for the spoils anyway. Floor Imperium test failed, darn. You've never heard of such a technology, but it would not be a stretch to assume that the Inquisition does have something of the sort at their disposal. This is, unexpected. Did her ladyship not trust even me? Disheartening news, to be sure. You have it all backwards. You could have been dumped out the airlock like so many others. You were already a decrepit old curmudgeon back then, after all. Ha! But she still deemed him worth it to just mind wipe him and keep him. It's a nice way of looking at it. Alright, now I know enough. Sure you do. Alright, what do we do with her? I suggest granting the Acolyte the Emperor's peace, in honor of our years of working together. You've always been so sentimental, so attached to your colleagues, your hair, your eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, is that still sore point? Yeah, let's put her out of her misery. This is where it all ends for you. Her blood-smeared lips twist into a smile. Is this an act of mercy or revenge? Do you not fear death? Mercy, rest in peace. Execution that the traitor deserves. It's what you inquisitorial rats deserve. Do you not fear death? Does it look like I have anything to lose? The way I see it, you are doing me a favor here. So which one is it? Mercy or revenge? Mercy. Rest in peace. Okay, we hit her multiple times with our psychic powers. Gust of otherworldly wind brings the smell of rot. Did we use our psychic powers to the point that we had some sort of warp effect? It takes you more than a few strikes to end the life of the already half-dead woman. The metal skull screeches under the pressure, but does not break, and her heart keeps pumping blood through her shredded veins. Finally, her agony comes to an end. Heinrich didn't say anything specifically about her being the woman he had been looking for, so I'm guessing I misremembered the name. She just has a monoknife. Okay. Box is filled with cast metal insignia like the ones worn by Theodora's bodyguards. Some of them have splatters of dried blood on them. Looks like this is a dead end, so we will explore this direction first.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Judging by the imposing design of these obelisks, the passage leads to a tomb intended for xenos of a higher status.
Victory awaits.
But we have no way of getting over there, which is fine.
Keep a sharp eye.
We have Mind Killer Staff. So this is for telepathy psyker, which would be Adira, but she's not with us. Harbinger of Death if we had a psyker with a pet, which we don't. Tech Blight voraciously gnaws away at the human metal, but does not, but not as eagerly as the walls of the crypt.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
All right, so we've got tech use here, or just something to look at here. Some of these ancient, sacred, and priceless machines are labeled with the Von Valentius property mark, while others bear the stark emblems of the Inquisition. And they've clearly been here for a while, I think is what they're saying. Like, all this got originally set up during the time of Theodora.
Operation successful.
This device seems to be connected to the energy system of the crypt and is powering the equipment in the camp in violation of all operational canons. Yeah, the Inquisition doesn't care about breaking various rules.